Yo, y'all already know who I am. I'm gonna get to the point like I always do. I'm gonna show y'all a few tricks on BITWIG, what you can do, man. And the first one I'm gonna start with is how to record. So the first thing you gotta do, the number one thing you gotta do, you gotta have an audio interface. That's number one. You gotta have a mic. You gotta have a condenser mic. Some audio interfaces come with a phantom power. Some don't. If it got phantom power, you need phantom power regardless. So that means that's gonna boost up your condenser mic. So once you plug your mic into your audio interface and then your audio interface USB to your computer, the first thing you should do is go to your option up here and you go to your preference, right? Once you go to your preference, you got the John on here called hold up. Go to audio right here, audio. And you see right here driver model, device. You click, make sure it's ASIO. And then what you do, you pick your audio interface. You pick the one that you're using. Once you pick the one you're using, then you got a buffer size. And remember, when you recording audio or you making beats, you always want your buffer size to be low as it can. If it get too low, it might start popping. Then what you do, you bring it back up a little, or you can put it on auto. Now, when you mixing and mastering your beats or your vocals, you want to bring your buffer size up. And the reason why is because of delays. The higher you bring your buffer size up, the more plugins and effects you can use without it overpowering the CPU. And you'll learn that later. All right, once you get all that right, the next thing you should do, create your mono track. How you create your mono track, like I'm going to take this one out. What you do, you just click right here, add mono. It's just that simple. You click 1 or 2. 1 and 2 mean that 9 times out of 10, your audio interface got mic 1 and mic 2 on it. If you got an audio interface with 10 mic plugins in it, then you're going to have 10 of these joints sitting right here at the top, bro. Then what you can do, you can name it mono input. You can keep it mono input, or you can name it anything you want. You can name it whatever you want to name it. And once you got that, then you press OK. Now, the next thing you do, you turn your phantom power on your audio interface on. Then what you do, you add your audio track. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna close this. You go right here, press audio track. You got your audio track, you add that, right? Now, if you look down here, you got this option right here. See this right here, say mono input? Normally, when you first start doing this, you got to select it to mono input. You selected the mono input. Once you selected the mono input, you press record. Check 1, check 2. Now you see it's jumping. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Then now you recording. It's just that simple. But later on, I'm going to show you how to do a template. See, mine's popped up automatically because I have a template already. Mine's is already set up that way. Now, the audio monitor, if you turn that off, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that means you can't hear it in the speakers, out the speakers. If you click it, then you can hear it through the speakers again. All this stuff right here you'll learn later on. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's how you record. All right. The next one I'm going to do is how to export tracks out. Let's say, all right, let me drop something in right quick, man. Let's say, I'm going to pick these right here. All right, let's say I got these 4 tracks, right? Say these my beats and my vocals. And let's say I want to export these out for somebody to mix them for me. And when I say mix and master, I mean each one of these separately by themselves, right? All right, so the first thing you do, see, this is the longest one right here, right? So let me get this right. So what we're gonna do, you always want to make sure all these is even. This is one way I'm showing you how to do it. I'm gonna show you another way how to do it too. Even if it's empty, you always wanted to even out at the beginning and at the end. The reason why is because when you grab these files, when you export these files out and you drop them inside, when another engineer drop them inside their program, when they drag and drop them, they all gonna sync up exactly the way you record it. So you want all the files to be even. You know what I'm saying? And then what you do, you get the left locator and you bring that down. It can be a little longer or it can be even with it. It don't matter. And once you do all that, right, you go to File and BITWIG. You go to Export Audio. If you notice that you got 1, 2, 3, 4. right? Now what you do, now if I just want to export, now once you name it, you set the loop region if it's already set, and what you do, hold up, let me find out, hold up. Let me make this bigger right quick. And what you do, you hold control and you highlight all the tracks. Export will generate the following files. You gotta hold control and highlight all the tracks that you want to export one by one. Then you find exactly where you want to send it at, and you name it. And once you do that, you just press export. Right now it's gonna export at the bottom right here. Then once it's finished, I'm gonna show you exactly how it's gonna look inside the folder, right? All right, almost done. All right, now I'm gonna minimize this. Now where's that folder? Check this out. Hold up. Now see these files right here? See, I normally send them in a folder. I name the folder and I send it, put it inside the folder, organize it. Then I compress it, then send it through email. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press control. I'm gonna highlight all these, right? And I'm gonna grab them, and I'm gonna drag them, and I'm gonna drop them in here. Now when I drop them, watch they even up. See how they even up? They look better than these. And now they're in the same place, the same length and everything. And that's how you're supposed to do it. And number one, if you always want to get the tempo, like whatever your tempo is, if you made a beat and you want them to mix your beat, you also give them the tempo of your beat, so they can set the tempo first before they drop the tracks in. If you recorded some vocals over a beat, 9 times out of 10 you want to, if you don't know the tempo of the beat, you always want to find the tempo of the beat before you even start recording vocals. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to do it. All right, so now let me erase these. All right, the next thing I'm gonna show y'all is called save a template. Save a template is, you know what I'm saying, when it's time for you to record vocals or produce a beat, you don't want to keep adding the same things that you normally use. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to keep doing all that. So sometimes you want to open it up and have everything already set for you. So I'm gonna show you something simple. Like for example, let's say audio track. Let's say instrument track, audio track. All right, let's say on my instrument track, I want to have keyboard. All right, put that OK keyboard. Let's say on my audio track, let's say I want to have, we're going to press duplicate. Let's say I want to have 10 tracks on my audio track, and all these 10 tracks, I want to run, say I go to my effect, I'm going to go to my bus, and say on my bus, I got let's say on my bus, I have a reverb. So I click a reverb, right? Okay, boom. And now, I press tab, I open up my mixer. Now, if you notice, I got the reverb right here. I'm gonna change it to another color so you can see it. I got the reverb, right? And I got all my audio tracks, right? As you see, since I already made that bus, all I have to do is just turn this up. I don't even gotta link it. Once you turn it up, it's already gonna put an effect on that track. You see what I'm saying? It's already gonna put an effect on that track, right? So now you got an option to create a effect track or a group track. A group track is different, but once you add the effect track like this, it's already gonna drop. If you notice, watch this. When I add another effect track, if I put another, let's say I get a delay. If you notice, delay pop down here on each track. So all I gotta do is just add the effect to that track. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But now say I got this and this the way I want it. You know what I'm saying? When I come in, I'm ready to record and start my job. So first thing you do, you set everything up how you want it, exactly how you want it to look. If it's gonna look this way or it's gonna look like that. How you want to do, whatever you want to press and tweak. What you do, you go to File, you press New from Template. Hold up. Let me see. You press New from Template, and what you do. Nah, I think I'm in the wrong thing. Hold up. That's when you go open up a template. Generate. Hold up. Oh yeah, File and Save as a template. You go to Save as a template. You name it. You know, set it as template. You do it. Put all the information if you want to. Describe what type of template it is, and then you know you should click external file. You learn what these are. Then press OK. Once you press OK, then now every time when you close this, say I close this. I don't want to save that. All right. Now when I'm ready to start, I go to New from Template, and I go to my beat template, and I press OK. Now it's gonna pop up exactly everything that we did. You know what I'm saying? All right, now, if you making a beat and you trying to you got a tempo in your head, how you want the beat to sound, or how fast you want the beat to play, or like I was saying earlier, you trying to find out the tempo of a beat. And sometimes BITWIG will tell you the tempo of a beat when you drop it inside. Like for example, if I get we're gonna grab this Ray Charles joint right quick. Let me delete that. Click that. Alright, but check this out anyway. I'm gonna tell you what tap tempo do first. Where is that? Tap tempo is to see this play button right here. If you right click on your mouse but watch this right here. But if you right click on your mouse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Based on how fast you type it, it's gonna find a tempo for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna change the tempo of this beat. Hold up. Now, if I play this back and I go and I change the tempo, the faster the song gonna get. Check this out. See, but the thing is, it's gonna play. Hold on, it's not gonna change the tempo right now. Let me take that back. Now that's a whole nother thing I have to show you one day. That's called. It's on raw right now. If I go to stretch, then it's gonna go with the tempo if I'm correct. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Now if I go back to stretch and turn it back to raw, then it'll play its own regular tempo of that song. Then I just gotta find the tempo of it. So how I do that, I press this. I press the click, the monotone. Metronome, I mean. And sometimes the first thing you have to do, in order to get it first, see, you have to go to the beginning of the track. See this little empty space right here? So what you have to do, sometimes you have to go at the beginning and you have to cut this empty space off, right? And then drag it to the beginning. And then you have a better chance, a way 100% better chance of getting the tempo right. So, because it'll start exactly when you press play. All right, so that's how you do tempo. Tap tempo. You right click on on the play button, and you keep tapping it how fast you want to tap it, and that's how you get that. All right, now let's say this is called clean unwanted files. Let's say you recorded a whole bunch of tracks, vocals, and let's say all those vocals you kept doing like different takes. We already know how that go. You know what I'm saying? You do a take, you don't like it, and you do another take, you don't like it. Matter of fact, let me open up a song that I recorded. Hold up. Let me see. Tipping. No, not that. Power Catch Me. I don't know. This somebody got it. Let me see. Hold up. Give me a second, y'all. This Somebody got some files in it that I was working on. Alright. Like this one's got all these vocal files. Now if you go down to the bottom on the right side and you click this folder right here and go to use files up here. See, this where it show all the files, right? Now it'll let you know what's missing, external and show all. Now what happens is that when you record a bunch of files that you like, different takes that you don't want and don't need, it takes up a lot of memory. And sometimes people can have hundreds of files inside a program, and sometimes you always want to clean that out if you ain't using them. And what you do, you go to delete unused files. And when you go to delete unused files, these are all the files that's in this program that they record. It was like different takes that's no good. They still can be used if you go back and want to listen to them, but 9 times out of 10, nobody want them shits. They already satisfied what they got. And you just press OK. And now this is gonna clean your folder out. And this is very important for when you wanna it just clean it out, save memory. Then at the same time, if you send your whole file to another engineer and they want to master and mix it for you, they want to organize everything, then you don't gotta worry about your file being so big, because that's gonna take up memory too. You know what I'm saying? All right, then you got something called computer keyboards, kind of like Fruity Loops. Like for example, let me close this up. You know, if you don't got a MIDI keyboard or MIDI trigger keyboard, then people use it. They try to use they regular keyboard, they computer keyboard. And how you do that? We're gonna add say I add an instrument. So I'm gonna get the keyboard again. I'm gonna get an organ, and it's simple. Once I turn this on right here, right now I'm pressing my my real keyboard. But if I want to use my my computer keyboard, what you do on your computer keyboard, you press cap lock. Once you press cap lock, then you just type your keyboard. So now you can make beats, you know what I'm saying, trigger your keys from your keyboard. Look, this Humble P drums, man. You know, this is what I do, y'all. Look, if you want to know any more information or anything, how to use something, just let me know. I'll use almost every DAW out there. Lost Leaders, man. Follow us, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is wisdom, real rap. Holla at me.